My friend's house, Maddie. She left work this morning pretty early, and now I'm heading to a cafe because I need a breakfast, like a big sweet breakfast. And then I think I'm gonna go to the museum, which is free, because if you didn't know, a lot of museums here in London are actually free.
If you've been following along for a while, you'll know there's a little ritual that lights up my day. A steaming cup of coffee, a slice of cake, and the simple joy of journaling. Now it's my second full day in London, and I couldn't contain my excitement to roam the city aimlessly, with nothing on the agenda except soaking in the quiet charm of its streets. As a devoted lover of carrot cake, I couldn't resist when I saw it on the counter. Naturally, I ended a jolt of caffeine to go with it, the perfect companion to begin my writing. But life has a funny way of surprising you. I reached into my bag only to realize I'd forgotten my pencil. Embarrassed but determined, I asked the waitress if she had one to spare. That small request sparked something unexpected, a heartfelt conversation.
It's a beautiful day in London. I'm actually going to the bus stop to get the first bus and then the metro to get to the center. Yeah, it's gonna be a great day.
She asked me if I was from London, though my accent betrayed the truth. When I explained I was traveling alone, her curiosity took over. Why, she asked, equal parts intrigued and puzzled. Her question caught me off guard. Why was I doing this?
For those of you who are new here, I'm Zara, I'm an architect, and today I'm gonna sketch my way through the city. So stay tuned to see some cool spots in town, some cool architecture.
I've always traveled solo without second thought. It's simply part of who I am. But as I reflected on her question, I realized that this wasn't a common thing for most people. It was in that moment, sitting there with her inquisitive gaze, that it clicked for me.
I'm in Coal Drops yard and it's amazing. We started this building during one of my renovation lectures, which is so crazy to see in person. I'm gonna take a lot of pictures.
There's something captivating about how differently we see the world, how easily we take our own choices for granted. I smiled, suddenly aware of how rare and special this might seem to someone else. I didn't have a polished answer for her, just the truth. I traveled to feel at peace. I try to put it into words, sharing how traveling fits something deep inside me. A need to explore, to discover, to learn. It's more than a break for routine. It's a way to let creativity flow again. Painting, sketching, writing, filming, even editing.
This part of the town is just amazing. It's full of new buildings, residential but also offices. This is so nice. Honestly, it reminds me of Copenhagen. So I just love it very much.
I'll feel alive when I'm away from the everyday grind. But more than everything, traveling inspires me. Meeting new people, tasting new foods, speaking in a language that isn't my own. It all strips away the mundane, no deadlines, no obligation, just freedom. Determined to truly immerse myself in the city, I ditched the idea of taking a bus to my next stop and decided to walk instead. This was exactly what I was searching for. As I sat there, I felt it all, the vibrant energy of the streets, the warmth of new conversations, the quiet thrill of capturing it in my journal. With pencil in hand, I began to sketch my surroundings, letting the city seep into the page.
I'm in Trafalgar Square. I remember last time I was here, like 5 years ago, there were a lot of people just sitting down on the stairs, enjoying the sun. It was still freezing, but the sun was out, so it was amazing. Now it's cloudy and gray, but still looks good. I'm gonna go to the National Gallery, which is behind me. The sky is not clear yet, but at least it doesn't rain.
December 4th marked my first solo day in the city. And even though the weather wasn't exactly on my side, I couldn't wait to dive into London's winding streets and eat in allways. There was a quiet thrill in the thought of spending the day alone, not just to explore, but to capture every moment on paper. After picking up a fresh set of pencils, I found a spot, settled in, and let my eyes drink in details. Each line, shadow, and curve called out to be sketched, and I couldn't resist the pull to bring them to life through my hands. No trip of mine is complete without a stop at an art center. It's practically tradition. Whether it's a museum, a cozy gallery, or a pop-up exhibition, I always make time for art. Today's choice was the National Gallery, a treasure of hundreds of masterpieces. Inspired and restless, I pulled out my sketchbook, unable to resist the urge to create something of my own amidst all that beauty. As the hours passed, I felt a deep gratitude for the solitude, the chance to connect with my thoughts and emotions without distraction. The cold, the rain, even the tiredness couldn't dim the joy of experiencing this slice of the world. It humbled me to think of how much I've yet to see, filling me with excitement for the endless possibilities ahead. London has been like a breath of fresh air. It isn't just a city far from home, it's a kaleidoscope of cultures, each offering its own kind of inspiration. When the city finally grew dark, I hopped on a bus and headed back home. A few hours later, Maddie returned from work, and we shared stories from our day. It was the perfect way to wrap it up, a sweet ending to a day filled with discovery. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. See you next week.